I'm Willie Lonnie. I'm the head chef at number 11 Brunswick Street Hotel Brasserie. We're going to cook the pigeon dish today. It's a very popular dish on our menu.
So can you tell us a bit about the marinade? It's been marinated in...
It's been marinated in a light soy sauce with chopped shallots, 5-spice rice wine vinegar and minced ginger. And you leave that for at least a day and a half to soak right through into the beast. Okay. Yeah.
And is that fairly, is it a squab, is it a young pigeon, or is that...
It's a wood pigeon I'm using at the moment, yep. And the sauce is spiced. We make our own spice mix. We don't use any dried, any packaged spices, so we make everything.
And you like to use everything that's sort of seasonal and local as well?
We do. We try our very best to use anything local and seasonal within the kitchen. It's very important to me as a Scottish chef. You know, I need to know that you're supporting your local.
Yeah.
It's the best ingredients and you should be supporting them. You should be. It isn't always possible, but we really do try our best.
And what's that going in? Is that?
That's just roasted butternut squash. It's a butternut squash puree. I'll also be getting served with the celeriac pakora.
Okay.
And it is a very popular dish on the menu. It sells very well.
That's a nice mix of Scottish ingredients and also a bit of global flavours.
Oh, there's amazing flavours around the world to use, so why not use them? And we think about the fact that when this building was built, it was at the time where the spices were coming into the country, and I try and involve some of those spices that we have into the food. It makes it interesting and keeping with the building, and it's a learning curve for everyone.
Was it 1823 or something?
Yeah, it was William Playfair.
Yeah.
It's the last row that he done for the New Town. So.
And why are you adding the butter?
It's called a Monty Aubert, and it does give you the sheen and the silkiness that you're looking for in the jus. This is again jus. But the glorious 10th will be upon us soon.
Are you looking forward to getting your hands on some bread?
Absolutely. I mean, I would cook anything, even at home. I would cook. I'll cook hares and anything. I also love the slow cooking element, the making something out of nothing. That really, that
it's
excites
taking
me.
Sort of humble ingredients, isn't it?
Taking a rib, you know, taking a shin, a cheek, and making something more special out of it.
Yeah.
Any cheap cuts, I love working with those.
It's a great fun. Flavour as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I have beef bonbons on the menu that take 4 days to prepare just for the little starters. And the pigeon isn't far off. I can feel it.
So what is it you're feeling? Is it just a certain amount of give?
Just a certain amount of give in there. And I still want it to be pink on the bone.
Okay. So it's still firm, it's still moist,
yeah.
it's still red.
Yeah, it should never be no give. You'd feel that yourself, it would feel unnatural. And it'll also need to rest for a few moments.
Sure. And why are you cooking it on the crown? Is it the bone?
It keeps it moister, much more moist. It keeps that breast very moist.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's always the best way to cook it. Yeah, it's just sealing in the moisture. If you can imagine, you could pan fry a pigeon breast in minutes.
Yeah.
But it would be dry on the outer parts of it. Cooking it on the crown is your best idea, you know. And if you know how to take off the bone, which shouldn't be a problem for anyone, it's a simple process. And your butcher will do all that work for you, you know.
It's true.
So I'm going to take this out and let it rest. It'll take a very light bit of cooking. And you can smell the spice coming off it. And it's an unusual thing to do with pigeon. Also works very good with partridge and quail. It works really well with those as well. That's a butternut puree.
Okay, okay.
And the sweetness balances out very well. And then you have the more spice of the pecora and the celeriac, where you get the rootness, you know, the earthiness that you like with a pigeon, and that comes from your celeriac.
Then you mix it with some gram flour and just fry it up. And
Gram flour, there's red onion, there's coriander, there's their own spice mix, of course. Okay, I think we keep that. And for me, pigeon's one of those dishes that you treat almost like a liver. You do, and the way you cook it and the way you treat it, it's never going to go tough on you if you cook it a bit less.
yeah, yeah. It's a lovely colour.
And it's the juices from the bone are actually going back into that, and that's really important as well. You're getting all of the flavour that you can get. And I think it goes down well as a dish because it's unusual. And I used to work in London, a Michelin star restaurant called Vong for an American chef.
Yeah.
And it was Jean-Georges von Rieten.
Yeah.
And he taught us a lot about, it was described as Thai-French fusion.
Yeah.
But you know, you can take it in the other aspects.
So did you work were you in London during the early 90s, late 80s?
Well, I'd done the Millennium in London. That was the craziest service of my career so far.
Actually for the Millennium Dome?
No, I worked in the Knightsbridge.
Ah, okay.
You know, it's actually Pierre Kaufmann's restaurant now.
Ah.
It's his pork restaurant now. And that, my folks, is the finished article.